beautiful people. My name is David Vieira. I'm joined by Abe and Charlie Medeiros. Welcome to the Redox Cinema podcast. And y'all, we are back for our listeners and our viewers. Welcome. We are so excited to be watching the 5th episode of The Last of Us. And before we get into the episode, y'all, how we doing today?
I'm chilling, bro. Friday night. I'm excited. Better than Sunday night, low-key for me, because we have to set up all the equipment and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, on Sundays, it really feels like work.
Yeah, on Sundays it does, yeah.
Because, like, the next day you have work, and you're just like, damn, I really have to set up all this stuff.
Yeah.
So on a Friday, I feel more up for it, and now I feel, like, excited to get into this. So,
Yeah, like last weekend, I think I went to bed at like 2 a.m.
Bro, yeah. It's whack.
Because we left your house pretty late, came back, I made sure all the footage looked good, started to take care of everything, and yeah, it was a late night.
And as you can see for our viewers, we're actually in a new set. This is Charlie's office.
Slash man cave.
Yep.
Wow,
And we're
so
here.
cool.
That's right.
And we're here. Different place because of the technical difficulties. It worked out better here, so hopefully we stay here and we go from there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully you guys like this.
We watched last week. Episode 4 was a definite setup. There we go.
That was a setup
Was
episode.
a
for sure,
setup episode.
last week.
And what I was reading a lot online was that some people didn't enjoy and coming off from a very emotional episode, episode 3. But I feel like when you have to go back to the central characters, you're going to have to build something up. And I think that's what they did well. And I thought episode 4 was a great setup. Abe, how are you feeling with episode 4 and now coming in with episode 5?
I think, TV, you have to have setup episodes, right? Like, you have to have the story progress in a specific way. So I'm okay with the setup. And we did get some good action from that last episode, although it was pretty quick. So I think it's leading up to more, and I think we're going to see that in this episode.
Yeah, you needed that episode to set up the relationship between Joel and Ellie a little bit more.
Yeah.
The banter, him actually, enjoying her company. So
Here we go, y'all. Here we go.
And Sam and Henry.
ready to get my heart broken.
We got 2 great live audience members. Ruby, who's out the door crying, and Abe's girlfriend, who's here watching with us. She doesn't want to be on camera, but she's here with us.
She's
What's up,
off
Anna?
Camera to the side. Anna's here.
Anna's just giggling.
She's just laughing.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Like riots and stuff.
Holy wow.
This is the brutality I think we were waiting
Are we going to see brutality question? I think is already being answered.
for. Yeah.
All right, so I feel like the way we're going into this episode, brutal is going to be the word brutal. It's going to be a very brutal episode.
This literally looks like that scene that I was playing when you walked in. I was playing The Last of Us 2. This looks like that. Like an area like that.
Oh my God.
Oh, is this a flashback or no?
It's definitely a
I think
flashback.
it's a flashback.
Yeah. Look how small he is.
Curious how she got in the position of power that she's in right now.
I think we know that she started a rebellion
Yeah.
in the QZ of where they
Kansas
are?
City.
Kansas City, yeah.
They mentioned that in the last episode that her brother was beaten to death by Fredra. So I think she was a big
is
emotional
Henry?
reaction to that.
I guess they don't know. Kill them.
He's with Edelstein.
Yo, Henry is enemy number 1 because she goes ham just to
Yeah.
find this dude. It's crazy.
I still don't remember why. Did they say why? I don't think they said
I
why.
haven't said why.
Okay.
Was he the one that killed her brother?
Henry?
Yeah.
They said Fedra. I don't think Henry's Fedra.
No, we are not really putting them on trial. When you're done, burn the bodies. It's faster.
Jesus, bro. She has no
She's
remorse.
Yeah, she's brutal.
She's
She's
absolutely
something else.
brutal.
She's the first villain
Yeah.
we've gotten.
So far, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Besides the
Fedra.
infected,
Yeah,
the
like
obvious ones.
Fedra and Infected.
Yeah.
She's the real
Fireflies.
she's the real villain.
So we're still in the past
Yes.
right now.
Yeah.
Okay. And all of that was happening in the past. Her
Yeah.
ordering to kill all those people and everything. Okay.
Yeah, this looks like the start of the rebellion, or at least once they got rid of Fedra.
Mm-hmm.
There's the doctor from the last episode,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
and he lied to her, said he didn't know where they were.
What if they get
What'd you say?
I know how last episode they had all drawings
Oh yeah, the cans of
yeah.
food were open and
Mhm.
everything. This is where they were holed
Yeah.
up.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't talk about that enough. You got to put on a brave face for your kids so that
Mhm.
they're not scared.
That's his brother. No.
Is that his kid or his brother?
That's
It's his brother, yeah. So
brother.
in the game,
Oh,
in
really?
the game, he actually talks. In this one, he's
He's
deaf.
deaf.
Yeah.
Do you think the superhero is him drawing his brother as his superhero?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
Something
there was
similar
a drawing where he draws both of them.
as superheroes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is now we're caught up, like
hmm
not really present day, but
We're gonna catch up to
Right
when they
about-
meet up to
yeah,
Joel and
to when
Ellie.
they
That's
meet
what
up.
it's
So
leading
yeah,
up to.
so it's gonna be their perspective up until they meet Joel and Ellie is
Mhm.
what it looks like. Couldn't imagine my fear if I had a little brother, bro.
That's what I'm saying. And that's all he has. It's only him.
Yeah, they're the only family they have.
This episode's gonna kill me. I already know it. It's gonna absolutely destroy me.
okay. So now this makes sense because he had the red thing on his face
Mhm.
when they met at the end of
Yeah.
the last episode. And I was,
Mhm.
Wondering
I
what
don't
that
think
was.
I realized it was paint at the time that I saw it.
yeah, I didn't know what it was either. I was
Yeah,
like,
I thought it was a mask.
Yeah.
So they were there when Ellie and Joel crashed the car and got into
Mhm.
an ambush and everything.
It's crazy because I feel like that's the time, like the seconds that they had, that they would have gone unlooked and could have easily probably left. Maybe. That's what I'm thinking.
So I think that they saw the whole time that they weren't on the same side as
Mhm.
Kathleen's people. Oh, whoa.
Oh.
oh, so Joel saw him before? Dang.
They made eye contact.
Yeah.
That's what it looked like.
Clear eye contact. Maybe from that moment he knew, wait, Joel's probably not with them, so maybe I can go to him
Mm-hmm. They need
and
allies.
get help.
I don't remember if this is the same from the game. Like
No.
Identical? No.
The
Storyline?
storyline, no, this is new,
Okay.
but they do meet at a place like this in the
Okay.
game.
Also, he didn't even know how to use a gun properly.
Here we go.
Eyes on me. Eyes on me. Okay, I don't know what the next step is with something like this.
I've never taken a hostage.
It's a weird fucking tone, man.
That's just the way he sounds. He has an asshole voice. Joe, tell him he's okay.
Everything is great.
Dude.
Sounded like Mandalorian there.
For real.
He did.
Joel's putting this together because he's like, why would he bring a kid
Mm-hmm.
if he's trying to, harm us?
I'm Ellie.
I love he had to sign to his brother.
No. Worse. I'm a collaborator.
I don't work with rats.
Yeah, you fucking do. Today you do. Because I live here.
That's the
You
Fedra.
don't.
Crazy.
So he's Fedra?
No.
Yeah, so he would rat to Fedra. He
Oh.
would
Yeah.
I see.
So that's why they want to kill him
Mhm.
because they were super anti-Fedra. So
Mhm.
now basically he's committed treason
I
in
see.
their eyes.
I see.
I haven't heard that in a long time.
Oh God. This is not good. This is not good.
Waterworks.
This is not good. This is not good.
We head down, pedestrian bridge over the river.
Remember what's underground?
Oh yeah.
bloater.
Oh yeah. We know what's underground.
Oh gosh.
Uh-oh.
You notice anything strange about this city? I mean, other than the strange shit you've already seen?
The
You're
infected
infected?
are all on the ground.
Oh, there's infected. Just not on the surface.
Oh.
Fedra drove them underground 15 years ago and never let them come back up. It's the only good thing those fascist motherfuckers ever did.
You've been down there.
No, but the Fedra guy that I worked with told me that it's clean, completely clean. They cleared it out, all of it.
When?
You sure?
Like 3 years ago.
Oh. Yo.
He know nothing.
Yeah, bro.
Infested with infected dude.
It seems like in this version, it's very rare to encounter infected, right? Because you're in a secluded area, or you're part of like the QZ, or you're part of
Right.
a tribe or something, and there that's how you maneuver.
They're going to help us escape.
Bet.
I love Sam. He's like, sweet.
Dad's kind of a pessimist.
I'm
Not
not
my
your
dad.
I'll point your light forward.
Ooh.
And be ready to run.
You're not my dad.
You can see that. You can see that Ellie's already like getting the Joe vibe and how he works.
He knows exactly
Yeah.
how he operates.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
No, don't do infected children. Imagine.
Why would you say that? What in the world?
A school full of infected
Stop. That would be
kids.
horrifying, dude.
So,
What happened to them?
Maybe they didn't follow the rules and they all got infected.
Please no. Please no.
No way.
Is that a comic book?
I love these.
oh yeah, I used to collect comics.
Had a toy
Ellie.
too. Oh, Ellie, yeah.
Yeah, they were like really hard to find in the game, and you would.
Oh yeah. I
Collect
remember that.
Yeah, man.
Keep it down, we're not out yet.
It's so nice to like watch
Yeah.
her have like a childhood and like have fun.
Fun.
Oh, that's fire.
It's the World Cup, man. Talking about.
World Cup.
Dang, so in this case, the last team to win a World Cup was Brazil.
That's gas.
Everything
Yo,
started
Last
happening
of
in
Us is fire.
2003, right?
That's fire.
2002.
Fire.
Let's go.
I love The Last of Us.
Damn, he got sick. Leukemia.
Oh my God.
There was one drug that worked, and, whoa, big shock. There wasn't much left of it, and it belonged to Fedra. And if I wanted some, I was gonna take something big. So I gave them something big. That one green man, the leader of the resistance movement in Kansas City.
Oh, Kathleen's brother.
Brother, yeah.
Catherine's brother.
Oh, that's rough.
It's crazy how he can move on from a deep discussion like that quickly.
Joel,
It's-
yeah, that's Joel's thing. He
that's who he is,
snaps
yeah.
right into
Mhm.
what's next, like thinking about how they can get through what's happening. So it's I think that's something we're gonna see him grow through. That's a crazy vengeance story.
You think she knows about Sam's cancer?
Probably, but who knows? I honestly don't think she cares. Not that she
it's
doesn't
gonna
care that
add- It's
Sam.
not even gonna add to what she's feeling right,
Right,
now. Like,
yeah.
she already made a decision.
Yeah.
And the decision is vengeance and get Henry,
Yeah,
kill Henry.
I don't think it has to do with. Yeah, I agree. I don't think her knowing would change her mind.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, And she knows that they're harmless,
Call this one a success and say our far farewells.
but he doesn't trust anybody.
Trust me. This is how it goes. He's like, no, Ellie, never, ever, ever happening. And then I'm like, I'm gonna ask you. He's like, "Whoa."
Oh shit!
Through the back, and then I'll take him out.
But if you go out there, he's gonna kill you.
It's dark, and he has shit aim. Nobody's gonna kill
Then
me.
he's gonna kill us.
Do you trust me?
Wow.
That's big.
Yeah, I was gonna say he can tell that their shooting isn't A1.
Yeah.
Please don't do it. Please.
Yeah, Joe killed him. Yeah.
Got an upgrade.
Where's the tutorial on how to use the sniper rifle? Oh.
Oh, so he reported it. Yeah, they're on their way there now. Oh, this is like the mission in the game where now you snipe and protect everybody.
Oh yeah. I remember that mission. Yo, it was crazy, bro. It's literally like the game.
Bulldozing through everything.
Girl.
Yo,
She's shooting at nothing.
Aim towards the window, dude.
Woo! Let's go, run, bro.
there's no way they're getting out of that. Oh, that's how.
Put a bullet through her head, please.
She actually annoys me. I'm not gonna lie. She's been really annoying me. But I understand her vendetta.
I know why you
He's
did
gotta
what
be
you
quick
did.
with it.
Okay,
She
there we
knew.
go.
He's got a quick
But
scoper.
did you ever stop to think
She knew-
that
she
maybe
knew why
he was
he did it.
supposed to die?
He's just a fucking kid.
Oh my god. Nah, she's psycho.
Dang, bro.
Nah, she's crazy.
Oh, why do I feel like they're gonna flip it? Right now. Right now. Bullet through her head.
The bloater.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Perfect opportunity. Kill her!
He's saving his ammo. He's like, everyone's complaining. There's no zombies in the zombie apocalypse show. Here you go.
Oh my god.
God.
They're all clickers?
I'm only seeing clickers. It's the bloater.
No, they're not clickers, bro.
Oh my.
They're like half clickers. They're not even fully formed yet.
Holy shit.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh! No, eat her. Eat her. He's gonna rip his head off.
Girl, you getting caught?
It decapitated him, bro.
Oh,
Oh
no.
no, Ellie, you're out of. She's just gotta stay quiet because they can't see. Oh, it's a kid.
It's a kid.
It's a kid. What did I say?
Yo, this is nuts.
Bro. Ah.
You was driving that car?
Oh no.
Why didn't they get her?
Get her. Get her. Get her. Somebody get her.
Snipe her. Yes. Oh! Freaking go!
Let's go.
No way, bro.
Yo. Okay, is it just me or are these infected like more wild in the game?
Oh hell,
They're like-
hella wild.
Yo, oh my god.
Oh my god, there's so many.
The city's done. The city's gone.
The transition of just straight silence.
Yo.
What in the world?
Wow, what a scene.
He got bit. Bet on that. Not even getting hopeful, bro. I'm not getting hopeful.
Scared all the time.
It was the first time we've seen Ellie admit that.
Still you inside.
Oh wow.
What'd he say?
He said, if you turn into a monster, is it still you inside?
Oh, he showed it.
Dog.
In this, he showed it. He showed it. In the game, he doesn't show it in the game.
My blood is medicine.
What's she doing?
She's trying to cure him. I'm curious.
Not gonna work.
How fast it already developed.
Hey,
Oh, because he's deaf.
Oh no, he's turning. Oh no.
Henry, give me the gun. Henry, give me the gun. What did I do? What did I do? Give me the gun, Henry. Give me the gun.
It's awful.
Shaking, bro.
They had me hopeful for a second there. Nah, for a second I thought they were gonna make something a little bit different than the game.
If they did, they wouldn't be true to the game. It's like we talked about on the first episode of the podcast. This is the most brutal story. If they change that, like they're not sticking true to what the story actually is.
Right.
It's just horrible to see again.
Yeah.
Because it was elevated, right? They added more to it.
Well, now it's real characters.
Yeah,
now it's
and
real people
you're
on screen.
Yeah, and it just
Makes it feel a lot more real.
Yeah, because now she has her moment of not being able to save.
yeah.
Brutal.
Wow.
Brutal.
Oh my god, dude. I don't know how many more
Because
episodes of
they're
that I can take. I don't know.
I'm just gonna say it. It's gonna be really hard for me to talk because y'all, I just want to get into scores already. I know if you want to take time to let it sit,
Yeah, can we do scores after?
we can do scores after.
Yeah.
It was a lot. That was a very heavy story, but a very good one. Very good one.
Yeah.
There was, wow, that was emotional. But this episode again proves why this game is universally loved. Why so many people love this game, because of not only the emotional impact it has, where you can connect with a character for 50 minutes and then lose him by the end, and it gives you that hope, and you hope for it in this world, right? You have that, it gives you that small bit of hope, like Charlie brought up, that small bit of hope. and it takes it right away, and you still want it, and you still keep it as
you still
a story.
believe that something's gonna change every time. Like
you
something
still
hopeful
do.
is
You
gonna
still
happen.
do. You're like, yes, finally something, and it just
For like a moment, it
just rips you
felt like they
out of
would
it.
have
You know,
done
it puts
something
you
a little
back
different.
in reality and being
Yeah.
like, yo, this is The Last of Us. This is a brutal world.
You know, the topic I want to bring up is
Yeah.
I'm very curious to see how viewership continues, because I know that with some people, when things can get really dark in shows, like it might turn them off and might like understandably so, like people will shy away from watching because it can get very depressing and really sad. And I'll be honest, this didn't happen when I was playing the first game, but the second Last of Us is super brutal, super brutal, that I had to stop playing the game. I really hope people don't stop watching, because I think the story is so powerful, and I think that there's a lot of story to tell, and there's a lot of like beauty in what's happening through the connection that we're seeing Ellie and Joel build. Like, they're going through trauma together. Yeah. Right. And like when you go through trauma with people, like it binds you, right? Like you have a bond with that person to a degree that you can't with anybody else. So that is something that I think is going to be a catalyst for their relationship, and is how we're going to see them grow closer. So I hope that people can see that and can see that that's where it's going to continue. But I can understand in an episode like this where you're like, why? Like, how do you come away from this hopeful?
Yeah. No, yeah, it's true, because if you know the story and you know where, you know, it ends, this is just the beginning, right? It's heavy. I tell people consistently, like, the story is very brutal, it's very heavy. But like you said, you brought up Joel and Ellie and the trauma and battling through it and working together through it. Like, that's beautiful to watch, right? Even though in a very messed up world that they're in, there's still some very, very positive elements that we can take back from it and look into ourselves and analyze in our lives. And Charlie, I know this episode was very emotional. And I want to go back to the moment where you said that you felt some kind of hope right at the end with Sam and Ellie, that whole sequence where she was trying to put the blood on her and everything. Why do you feel like you got that hope, even though you knew you knew the outcome? You knew the outcome.
Yeah, I knew.
What did they do so well here that they still gave you that hope?
I think the subtle changes that they made, the fact that he like showed her the bite. You don't see that in the game.
Yeah.
I don't think she tried to cure him in the game either.
No.
Like little things like that, and just like they really did, like right before he attacks her and stuff, they did a solid like 5 minutes of them just bonding together. And because of that, it almost felt like, okay, maybe they will keep Sam going for a little bit more. So they caught me off guard for a second there. I knew it was very likely, like 99% sure it was still going to happen the way that it happened.
Yeah.
But for a second, they almost fooled me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you see, like, I think it's hard too, like when you're watching kids, like you don't expect anything bad to happen to them,
Because you think when you see kids, it's the first thing you relate to them is
it's like
innocence.
Yeah.
First thing.
So I it's almost a little bit of foreshadowing that the infected that killed Kathleen was a child.
Yeah.
Because then you can see, it was something we were talking about, right? When we were looking at the tunnel and you see like the school that was there, and Charlie brought up was like, the infected are going to be kids. And I was like, please no. But then you see that, and it's almost like a foreshadowing of this can happen to anybody and nobody's safe. And I think that's exactly what that scene was trying to show, like a little bit of
realism of the world where it happens, like you said, happens to everyone.
Yeah. And I think that when Sam and Ellie were together, they try to, their friendship and the way that they were interacting was like almost an escape for them. But then the reality sets in that you can't escape from like this apocalypse and like what this sickness is. Like there is no cure yet.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what Ellie's trying to fix, and that's what she's been told is she's important for it. It must be devastating for her to see that in her head, wiping the blood on him was gonna cure him because she knows that she's immune, and it didn't work. So I bet she's feeling like kind of useless and a bit like this isn't gonna work out, and that's devastating too.
Yeah, that's where, I feel like throughout this entire 5 episodes, her hope was in that. And the first moment where she saw someone who did, get bitten and she had a relationship with, she's like, okay, I'm the answer, so let me try something. But she doesn't know how medical stuff works and all this stuff. Yeah, she's a little kid. So in her mind, what she was doing was right, which is right, which is right. But the reality is it's not, scientifically the right way, to do it. And it was at that moment where, when she saw him there, she lost the slightest hope that she had in the world. It faded. Because, Charlie, there was a moment where she just pointed to Joe, yo, where's West? He says, that way. Let's go.
Yeah.
And that was a key moment, because I think in that moment we see the last bit of hope Ellie had is essentially gone. And now we're going to have to see her work, Joel as well, Ellie and Joel, to work to gain that hope back. Are they ever going to get the hope back?
Well, I think that what we're going to see is, one of you said, she's turning into Joel when that scene happened. And I think it's going to be, Joel was the one who started with the hard exterior, and he has reasons why, and backed that up with his loss with Sarah and stuff. And now that he's connected with Ellie and now he's seeing her go through the trauma, I wonder if he's like, wow, like, is this what it's like? Like, not, he's seeing firsthand what it's like to be him, and he's not, loving it, because you can tell he appreciates the hope that Ellie has, and he can connect to like her innocence and her childhood. He doesn't want to, because he's been there, he's lost a kid. But you can tell that, her optimism, her, banter, her jokes or whatever, like that's what's kind of, keeping the mood light. And now if you have 2 Joels, like, this is going to be just like, there's no real hope, right? So it's very interesting to see how that's gonna how their relationship is gonna change based on that. And I wonder if he's gonna try to connect with her more because of what happened in this episode.
He's gonna be the one trying to cheer her up now,
right?
Yeah.
Because she's always been like the playful one, and he's very serious. Maybe he might be the more playful one now.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I wanna I know this is a super and man, the creator of the game said, or the creator of the show was saying, like, why are you guys crying at episode 3? That was the happy episode, and now you know why.
Yeah,
like, this is literally why.
This is
so it gets really brutal. And we touched a lot on the emotional stuff, but I want to talk about the infected and like that scene, because that was insane. And I know we're gonna get mad clips from our reactions because we were going like, it actually like shook me.
Yeah,
because I think it was crazy. Like, it is different than it felt different than the game. Like, it felt more insane.
Yeah, you don't really
felt
get
stronger, and this and the scale that the show is providing with the infected, on how they're crazy, and humans are really scared of them, because in the game it's more of like, oh, it's just a normal thing. Bah, you shoot one, dead. I know how to deal with this. Boom, dead. But in this version, in the show, you see the panic when they see one. You see how scared they really are. You get that emotion from them.
Yeah, for sure. And this was like a huge horde of zombies, or infected out of nowhere, which you don't. It's kind of rare that you get that in the game.
And
usually kind of just scattered.
Straight clickers.
But that's what that was going through my head, because when Henry was telling Joel earlier, like, oh, the guy told me he wiped out the infected from the thing like 3 years ago. In the back of my head, I was like, dude, if they've been there for a really long time, they're probably clickers, like all of them.
Yeah.
And to the point where you saw that one of them turn into a bloater. So how long was that there for? Probably 20 years?
Yeah.
Since the very beginning, maybe? How long did it take to turn into a bloater? I don't know. But the bloater scene was crazy.
That whole scene. Have you guys seen World War Z?
Yeah.
Yo, it felt like climbing on top of each other, flipping, rolling around. I'm like, bro, this is nuts.
No, the craziest thing was the ripping off of the head, because it's like, that's almost like intentionally brutal. You know what I mean? It's one thing to be like just belligerently violent, but to like tear off a human's head, like that's like intentionally like I'm going to tear you limb from limb. Like that's nuts to me. I don't feel like, you know, I don't remember seeing that in the game. It's been a long time since I've played it, so I'm sure people are going to be like, no, that was definitely there. But it just feels different now that it's live action and like there's actors and people reacting to it. It just felt insane, and it was terrifying.
Felt real.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, this could be emulated in real life. You know what I mean? That's how I felt.
I'm getting ready. Zombie apocalypse. I got my game.
We gotta get like Bill,
Charlie's
man.
gonna be
We gotta be Bill.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have my hideout. I'm gonna have electric fence. Everything.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Hey, yeah. Protect against bloaters. Let's see if that works.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You get one of those? Probably not.
So I want to touch up on Kathleen and Henry, where essentially they're both good people, right? There was nothing wrong with Kathleen. There's nothing wrong with Henry. They both had their different motives. But I'm saying nothing wrong in the sense of they're all, you know, imperfect, right?
Yeah. They all have a reason.
They have a reason, and it shows in this world that, you know, no one is perfect, which is, you know, reality with us too, but in a very brutal way. You know, Henry ended up snitching on Kathleen's brother because of Sam, but also Kathleen had a very close relationship with her brother, and he was gone, and it just, you know, it created like a domino effect essentially.
They both lost at the end of that.
Yep.
They both lost what they loved, which was their sibling.
Yeah.
None of them were able to survive the brutality of the reality of their world.
There's no winners in this.
No winners at all. And but to speak of your point, like Kathleen, she was annoying, so I'm happy.
She was annoying.
When the clicker girl like got on top of her and was beating on her, I was
cheering.
like, yes, let's go. Thank you. I wanted Joel to snipe her in the head, but nah, the clicker was
better. It was more satisfying. With Kathleen, I sympathized with her for a few minutes of that episode when she was in her childhood bedroom and she was talking about, you know, her relationship with her brother and how he was so optimistic and he asked her to forgive and whatever, and she was like, I can't do that, and I get it. I get where she's coming from. So I sympathized with her with that, and I was able to find a little empathy. But then at the end, when she was when Henry was like, just let the kids go, and she was like, no, like they're basically just as guilty. Like kids die all the time, whatever. And I was like, all right, she's
crazy. She's crazy.
She's got to go.
But again, that's the environment. Yeah, it's the environment that they're in makes them go crazy.
Yeah, she's been consumed by the vengeance and heard the loss of her brother. So like, I feel like now she's lost the plot. Like she doesn't care anymore. Now she's just all about revenge. But as most people know, we see in shows and things all the time, like revenge doesn't satisfy that void, right? So even if she did get it, it probably would have meant nothing.
Yeah. And wow, what an episode, guys. I feel like now we can do scores. And
let's rate it.
That was another great episode. I know I said that multiple times already, but like I said, the story is so well made. It's so well written, and I know that it's a very brutal story, but it just hits, right? It impacts you. It hits everywhere. And yo, I'm giving it another 10. That was a perfect episode. I think maybe the only thing you could say that can bring down my score is Kathleen, or maybe her character could have been written a little bit better. She didn't seem as a antagonist that you fear. Okay, I can bring it down. All right, you know what? I can bring it down to a 9.0, and I think that's my score.
A big drop.
Because I think of that. Because I think Kathleen as an antagonist was effective, but I just don't think it hit as much compared to other villains that we see in other shows. Yeah, you know,
she was like kind of weird because she has like a very like nice person type of tone to her voice, the way she speaks and communicates, but then at the same time she's like evil as hell.
Yeah.
And like is telling Sam like, kids die, just let your little brother die. You know, like it was kind of a weird juxtaposition. But I think it worked in the end either way.
Yeah, I do think it worked. I think the one thing that I had was I think her character sat on the fence a little bit in terms of an antagonist. Is like one that you fear and one that you empathize with, and I don't think it really committed to either. So I think that would be the one criticism that I have is like I would have loved to either have empathized with her much more, or I would have loved to see her
more.
be like more brutal and more feared. Right?
I think we saw her being brutal, but not to an extent that made us scared of her.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think, and I think that, you know, they showed a little bit of empathy of where we can empathize with her, but, you know, I think it could have elicited a stronger emotion if, you know, they went committed to one way or the other, right?
Yeah.
But I still I agree. I think she still worked, and I think the backstory of why she is the way that she is was really well written.
Yes,
because we don't get that in the game at all, right?
No.
Yeah, I think that was really well done, and the backstory with Henry and Sam and why he was involved in the killing of her brother, like that was really well done. So I can't knock the character too much for that, because I think the plot was great. So with that being said, I think my score, I think I'm gonna go a little higher than you. I think I'm gonna go 9.5, because I think there was a lot of stuff in that episode. That last scene, I cried. It was, what's the cry counter now? Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
And I thought the infected scene was crazy. I was not expecting that.
The action was when
Unreal.
there's action in the show, there is action. You know what I mean? It just works.
And some people were saying, like I said, like some people were saying, like, we haven't seen infected for whatever, blah blah, and it's like, all right, like they just made up for it for the past like 3 episodes, or
Right.
however many episodes you haven't seen infected too much. That made up for it, because that was crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, 9.5 for me.
Wow.
It's a great score.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great episode too. It's definitely one of the top ones. Well, the 2 best episodes are episode 3 with Bill and Frank, and this episode.
Yeah, I agree.
Hands down. Yeah. So
right.
episodes 3 and 5, they're the best ones. This gave you a little bit of everything. It gave you the drama. It gave you
the action,
the emotional ties, and it gave you tragedy as well. And
Yeah, that was a roller coaster of an episode.
really, really was. And also, like, the infected looked great.
Yeah,
Done
so
very,
good, bro.
very well.
and it's makeup, y'all. It's
I think it's
It's a combo.
a combo of makeup and CGI, but it's done amazing. I'll also go ahead and give it a 10.
okay.
It was a very good time.
No, yeah, it was
I think
good.
this episode, I think a lot of the people are going to like this one the most so far.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
Just
I
because
agree.
it gives you a little bit of everything, and you know the zombies. It's a crowd pleaser.
No, I jump back and
You
forth.
say 9.0 or
No,
9.8?
I know I'm jumping back and forth. I'm going 10 too.
It's 10s across the board.
It's
10s across the board.
I'm giving it a 9.5.
9.5. I know I said I went from a 10 to 9.0. I'm sticking with 10.
I
sorry,
veto
guys.
his
I'm not
9.5.
Oh
making
my god,
this.
you can't review this.
I veto his 9.5.
That episode was
opinion.
good. That
I'm
episode was
kidding.
great. And I want to touch on, Sam and Henry. Those were 2, like Bill and Frank. We connected with them like that, quickly.
Yeah.
And that was done really well as well, where we got the background of them, the emotional side of them, and who they are, the depth on who they are as characters and their motives and all that stuff. But it got, to the end, and a very brutal, sad ending. But it just shows that Henry couldn't see a world without Sam
Right.
at that moment. And that's everything he lost was Sam.
Well, it goes back to what Joel said, right?
Mhm.
Like, you stay alive for family.
Yeah.
Like, you stay alive for
He
family.
had
So when
no family.
his family's gone now, there's no reason for him to live. So, yeah, like, what else is there in the world?
Right, and everything that he was doing was because of Sam.
Mhm.
Putting his own life at risk for Sam.
Yeah.
And then when he sees that he shot his own brother,
Yeah.
he's like, what am I gonna do?
Right.
And you spiral, and it's
Yeah, I want to just hit on one thing that you said, was that, I'm super impressed with the way that the show literally introduces you characters for 50 minutes and like allows you to feel like all the backstory connected with them, and then like the fall and the emotion from what happens to those characters. Like, I don't know of a show that has been able to do that and elicit that kind of emotion, because I feel like there's usually a lot of backstory that needs to happen for me to care about characters.
Yeah.
but this show is doing it really quickly and really well.
Do you think because you have played the game,
No,
you have that
No.
connection?
no, because I don't remember Sam and Henry's story enough to care.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like Sam and Henry, before I watched this episode and the last episode, I was like, Sam and Henry, okay, Sam and Henry, cool. I know that they interact with Ellie and Joel, and I know that they probably have a downfall because, you know, this is The Last of Us. So that was what I had in my head, but I'm watching the show and getting the emotion from the show, not the game. And I'm
From the story.
from the story. Yeah, the story is what's getting me, and it is a story, but it's the way that the show is doing it, the way that the show is introducing the characters, and like they're going about it quickly, but they're doing it in a very intentional way, and it's working. So I'm actually pleasantly surprised because I didn't think that would work that well. Because now Bill and Frank and Sam and Henry, strong connection with both of them. I think Tess was the one that wasn't connected to as much, so her death didn't hit as hard because we didn't get too much backstory for her. But with Bill and Frank and Sam and Henry in those episodes, they were able to do a lot and make you feel a lot.
Similarly to you, I didn't really remember the Bill and Frank story,
Right.
even though it's very brief.
And it's
in the
different in the game.
Yeah.
It's different, yeah, but the changes that they made were impactful, so that I felt the impact within one episode, you know, for that. For this one, I also felt the impact, but I vividly remember this part of the game as well, just because it played out basically like that in a way, so it's very memorable. So I didn't have, you know, as much of a reaction as you or Davi did. But it's still, they nailed it. It's still great.
Well, I do think they're adding like very meaningful backstory that wasn't in the game. Like well, I don't know, maybe the letters. Maybe there's stuff in the letters that I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of the letters with Sam and Henry.
Yeah, because maybe there's
can't
some
comment on
backstory there that you know coincides with what we saw. But I feel like they're adding backstory that is really, really, like we say this all the time, it's enhancing the story.
Yeah,
And
so
it's making
compared to the game and the show, I don't know. I don't want to keep comparing, but you know, this is based off the game. It's an adaptation, exactly. Are you at a moment where you're feeling like the show is impacting you more than the game? Are you feeling it more emotionally compared to the game? Is there a better, I don't know, is it translating better compared to the game, the story? I don't know, the way it's being told.
I'm not sure.
Oh, that's
really
a hard
hard
question.
It's a very tough question.
And not, I would say it's at least on par. Like I would say it's at least doing the game justice in sense of emotion. Excuse me, and what you're feeling. I think it's really doing justice to the emotion that I felt when I played the game. So yeah, and it's hard though, because like you know, we connect to films and shows a lot, right? And like video games, usually we play for entertainment and for joy, whatever, and to like, you know, escapism. But you know, when you play The Last of Us, obviously it's brutal and you have to deal with the story, and people play it for the story. So yeah, it's a really hard question. I feel like I would have to play the game again to see if it hits as much as this is hitting. And it's been a minute since I played the first game, so I don't know the answer to that question. But to me right now, I feel like it's at least on par with the emotions that I felt playing the game.
I would say that if I have to pick one, I think the game is still more impactful for me. Just because the memory of playing that, it was kind of revolutionary at the time.
Yeah.
We didn't really have a game that felt like that or looked like that.
That's true.
At the time.
Yeah.
So
very good point.
I remember that very much. So I think, when did it come out? PS3 at first?
PS3, end of 2012, beginning of 2013, I believe.
Something like that.
Yeah,
So,
something around that.
And I've had it on PS3, PS4. I have it on PS5. It's coming out on PC. I'm going to buy it on PC.
Yeah.
And I have part 2 as well. So that just goes to show, like, it's been through like 3 or 4 different console generations, and I've owned the game on every one.
Yeah.
I think one of the elements of the game that makes it more brutal is you're playing as the characters.
Yeah.
So you are in a way acting as the characters, and it's almost like you're feeling it.
Exactly, because there's moments where you have to like smash triangle, and you're like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, because it's a moment where the character is at a position where they're fighting for their life, and you're like, and you feel, like you said, you feel as if you're with the character.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a different element. I don't know. I think I have to go back and play the game. I'm gonna do it after the show because right now I'm connecting so much to the show that I don't want to cross the two. But I'm gonna get back to the game and play it and see because it's crazy, man. This story is incredible.
Yeah. No, going to what Charlie said. I played the game when I'm 23 now. I played the game when I was 13 years old.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah. So
yo, your mom.
I played this when I was 13, and it impacted me on so many levels. Because I was getting into storytelling, later in my life, but that game and The Last of Us, the story in general, has been with me since, it's been 10 years I've been with the story. And it's, again, one of my favorite stories of all time, period. It doesn't matter what medium it is. It is the best story I think ever written that I've experienced personally. And like Charlie said, I own the game on PS3, PS4, PS5, and I've played them all three. I've played it multiple times, and the story just, it does something to you that not a lot of stories have done to me. And video game wise and show wise, like you said, it's on par. You can't.
That's big if you're saying that.
It's on par.
Yeah.
And I just love, like I said, that people who don't play video games get to see this.
Yeah, I agree.
It adds a whole nother level to fans who love shows and want to see a great show, because this is a great show. We're seeing something monumental as well, just like 2013 was for The Last of Us. This is also monumental for shows. This is adding an insane level of filmmaking, like it was with House of Dragon, Game of Thrones, like Breaking Bad. I know it's episode 5, but it's getting to levels like that. And I know this might be crazy for me to say, but it truly is. This is impeccable writing, storytelling, visual storytelling. This is beautifully made. And again, Neil Druckmann, Craig Mazin, y'all are killing it. Everyone working on this. This is done so well and beautifully made. Keep doing it, because this story, like I said, will impact people who don't play video games. And that's why I love that they made the show.
Yeah, because I kind of remember... You remember like playing it and then like being so impacted by the story and like wanting to talk about it with people like who didn't even play the game.
Yeah.
And then you're trying to like have them relate to it, and like it's a video game.
And they're
so
like, it's a video game. What are you talking about?
So now that it's a show and it's in a different medium that people like, more people can access, I'd say it's, I'm so happy because happy is a weird word to say, but like I'm happy that I can share the story with other people and be able to have more people understand it and feel it. So
it might lead people to play the game too.
Yeah.
People who are not big gamers, it might make them go and want to experience the video game.
Yeah,
which is awesome as well.
And the happiness you're bringing up is because you're happy because people get to see a story that has impacted you a lot. Because again, this story has been very impactful because it addresses and talks about things that, we don't want to talk about. And, trauma, mental health, it goes into all those realms as well. And it does it really well in a very, very brutal world. But it's great. It's so good. And is there anything else y'all want to bring up that we should talk about?
I think we're good. I think that I just need to get to the next episode and see what is coming, because I don't remember what I don't remember what comes after Sam and Henry.
It's winter.
Oh,
it's winter. That's all I can. You want me to say?
Yeah, I still don't really remember.
So in the game after Henry passes away, it just fast forwards to winter.
Okay.
Winter starts, so we'll be in winter.
Okay.
And wow, y'all, this was, like I said, a very brutal episode, and it dealt with a subject matter that is very, 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 very deep and hard to talk about, and a lot of people have gone through, experienced it, and have, seen it happen in real life. Just know, y'all, there is places that you can go to help you. I will link things in this video for y'all to reach out to and numbers to you to call, because like I said, this is a very brutal episode, but I just want to let you guys know that you guys are loved, you guys are beautiful, and we love you guys. This is what Redox is. It's a community.
Thanks, Avi. I feel so warm.
It's a community where we want to talk about filmmaking and our love for filmmaking, and I just want to make sure that people watching this know that we love you guys and you're accepted here. And with that being said, y'all, we can't wait to come back for episode 6 because the show is just going to keep going. We love you guys. See you soon.
Peace.